Hello, and welcome to Reserve Inspirations D&D, where my friends and I play a sci-fi homebrew version of Dungeons & Dragons for your entertainment. My name is Aaron, your Galaxy Master, and I am joined this evening by my friends and players, Priya, Kayla, Mike, Sarah, Lauren, and... Whoa, do we see a new face?
Oh my God.
We do. This is Pat. He is going to be our special guest character over the next few episodes, which can be viewed where, Kayla?
Well, let me tell you, we air our new episodes on Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. But what if Friday doesn't work for you? Do not fret. You can watch it anytime once it hits YouTube on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. And if you love our content and would like to help support us, become a patron on Patreon and get access to new episodes Saturday morning, the morning after they air. Not only that, but you'll get bonus content and emotes as they are released.
I know what you're thinking. I need to do more. So another way to support our stream is to subscribe through Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch Prime subscription each month. It expires at the end of each month, so don't forget to keep sending it our way. And remember, it's free for you.
Can't go wrong. Mike, I believe you are muted, possibly?
I am muted.
There you go.
But what I was saying was please like our videos and subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave comments below because we love it.
Speaking of things that you can watch, The Adventures of Plonk, our mini-series spin-off of this campaign, airs Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and each episode is immediately followed by our informational segment, Just the Tips. This Wednesday, I will be hosting and talking about player etiquette, so be sure not to miss either of those.
Yeah, so if you want a nice way to keep up with everything that we're doing, follow us on social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. Just search up Reserve Inspiration, give us a like and a follow, keep up with everything that's going on. We've also got a new Discord server if you want to interact a little bit more with the cast and crew of this show, talk about D&D, drop a meme, have a laugh. The link to that is in our social media bios as well as our Twitch. Feel free to stop on by. And for today's Space Fact, last week I told y'all about Jupiter's moon Io, which is covered in volcanic eruptions that happen constantly. And today I'm going to tell you about another moon of Jupiter that's the exact opposite. It's called Europa, and it is encased in a very, very thick icy shell. And beneath it is theorized to be believed a very, very vast ocean that might have twice as much water as all of Earth's oceans combined. So we love that.
That's good. That's good news. Now, before we jump into the recap, which I know is everyone's favorite part of this show, I would like for Pat to give us a little bit of, a couple words about what his character Greyhawk looks like. I'm actually going to bring an image up right now for everyone to see.
Do you want me to wait, or are you good?
No, you're good. Good.
He's like a tall dwarf by dwarf standards. He's like 4'10", which is like short, but he's taller and he's kind of more slender than your average dwarf build. He's stocky still, but he's more humanoid in his construction. He's got a lot of dreads, and he's got a lot of dreads in his beard too. He's got little jewels in them, a lot of jewelry. Would be gaudy if he wasn't such a stocky guy. He's older. He's like in his 150s, He's getting up there in age for a dwarf. Not an old man yet, but he's up there. He's been around the block a few times.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So I think now it's time for a recap. So I will get right into that. Last time on Reserve Inspirations D&D, my wife, Nolga was captured by Githyanki pirates and imprisoned, awaiting an auction to be sold as a slave or drudge, as they like to call it. I enlisted the help of an old ally turned nemesis and her team to track down Nolgatim and help me get her back. Tensions were high on the journey to the Gith Dreadnought Unity. I stayed aboard our ship so as not to be recognized while the rest of the party did some reconnaissance. Gone less than 4 hours, and I was already hearing messages through our communication earpieces about Minerva not responding, we don't know where she is, or Tita going on about
It wasn't what I thought. I may not see you for a while. And when I asked what was going on, I got no response. Thinking things took a turn for the worst, I charged out, ready to knock some skulls. And would you look at that? There they were, overpowered and falling one by one. I immediately jumped into action, killing those slaver fucks, one by one, until Minerva surrendered.
Whoa.
And she saw Zoxa die. Tita did some crazy CPR-like move, and moments later, Zoxa drew breath once more. Tita and Minerva were led up to chat with the Enlightened One, while the rest of us were brought to the jail on the lower level. Emmy and Zanesi made friends with the other jailed beings until Minerva was dragged back down and tossed into the cell with us. Still no word as to what happened to Tita. Being caged, I couldn't stop thinking about Nolgatame. I have to have her back. But how? Our situation is bleak. But when Minerva mentioned how difficult it was to see her in darkness, it hit me. I can move through shadow, and due to Zanesi's light-up sticky note airplane, I had just enough shadow to step through to freedom. I'll come back for them once I have Nolgatame. Now, where would these fucks keep her?
And that is where we're going to be picking up today. Hope you enjoyed Gherkin's recap of what's been going on. So we currently have the majority of the party in a holding cell in the lowest level of the Unity ship. They're surrounded by a bunch of different humanoids of different races and genders. Tita is in solitary confinement because he was a douche. So they put him.
Yeah.
And Tita's situation at the moment is it is so silent and so dark that after some time he can almost hear his blood flowing.
Ooh, stealing my information about real life things, Aaron.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The quietest room in the world, people. The quietest room in the world. It's designed by Microsoft, and you can hear your blood boiling, and no one has been able to stay in there for longer than 45 minutes.
Wait, what room is it?
The quietest room in the world.
I hate that.
No, it's so great. I want to go there.
Oh.
So do I. I want to see if I can go more than 45 minutes. I just talk to myself in my head the whole time. Keep myself busy. Anyway.
No.
So Tita is by himself. No one knows where Nolgatame is. Gherkin disappeared down the hallway toward freedom, if you will. And Kubrick.
Oh, that's right. We don't know where Kubrick is.
Kubrick somewhere. Emmy.
Kubrick? Is he with that girl still?
But that's about it. So I think what we do is we are actually going to start. I hope you're ready, Pat. We're going to throw you right in. I hope.
Sure.
We're gonna go.
I didn't realize that I was playing. I thought I was just here to watch.
We're gonna jump into Kubrick and that female who he was speaking to in the last episode. So we got Kubrick, and as all the commotion is happening, this is going to kind of take place a little bit. It's going to be fun because it's just me, so it should be interesting between the two of us. I'll try to take the hat off every time that it's Morticia, but this is going to be taking place a little while ago before they were thrown in jail because Morticia had grabbed Kubrick and kind of thrown him against a wall to stop him from coming out. And I believe it was Emmy who kind of turned the corner and was chit-chatting, and they told her to just go back. We don't want to be associated with you right now. So that is where we're going to be picking up. Kubrick is, he is kind of, as Emmy leaves and tackles the guard and whatnot, Morticia and Kubrick are around the corner, and Morticia has her arm kind of up against his chest, holding him in place. And he's like, all right, so do you want to maybe tell me, what this is all about? And she's like, well, we should go to a place that is a bit more secluded. And he's like, yeah, there's this bar a couple buildings down. I was checking out earlier. We could stop in there. And she's like, I suppose this will have to do, but we must find a place where there is not many wandering eyes and ears. And the two of them begin to make their way down the corridor, and they end up heading into, let's see what, I forgot what bar it is. Sorry about that, I gotta pull up row 20. So they pop over to, the first bar over here is E5. Entrancing Amusements. So they take, oh, sorry, no. They're actually heading to Hop's Galaxy. So they head on over to this a bar called Hop's Galaxy. It's kind of in the center of the area of amusement and recreation and whatnot. And they head inside. And I will say, Greyhawd, as you are sitting at the bar at this location of Hop's Galaxy, you see these two interesting figures enter. You've been on this gith ship multiple times, as you are a miner and generally mine the large sections of the Earth plane that are nearby. So stopping by Unity is a good place to rest, grab some food, supplies, whatever it may be. So you've been here many times.
Sell off my wares.
Exactly. Yes, all of the gems and material, the metals and whatnot that you find. Absolutely. So it's odd when you see an ASMR enter the bar. ASMRs don't generally come to this place. It's like a pirate ship, essentially. So you see this, and he's decked out. He's got a duster, a brown duster on. He's got the fedora, the little cowboy hat going on, and he's a good-looking guy. But you can tell by his stride that he's one of those, kind of. I don't know, Emmy. What's the word you would use for Kubrick? You might be muted again.
Oh.
Doggo.
I'm sorry. What's it?
Sorry. Is that
Okay.
Kubrick we're describing right now?
Yeah. What word would you use to describe Kubrick's demeanor?
All
right, well,
aloof.
Aloof. Okay, yeah, that works. So you see him aloof, and then you see this very gothic female step in behind him. She has blood red eyes, long, dark black hair, tight black leathers for the most part. You can see different style tattoos up and down her arms. She has a necklace that looks like a teardrop vial that has a red liquid, a crimson liquid inside. And she kind of steps in behind him, looks around, and you see her notice a table kind of off to the eastern side, and she kind of leads him that way and kind of pushes him into a booth and sits down next to him. Can you, actually, what would you like to do? I should ask.
Well, I take interest in the fact that he's there, but I'm not particularly interested in finding out why currently.
Yeah.
I noticed he walks in, but I'm not trying to figure out what his problem is yet.
What his problem is. Yep. Okay. So he kind of pulls her off to the side and he's like, all right, so you got to tell me, what was that all about? Like, why did you kind of throw me off to, against the wall? And she's like, well, if you noticed, your group, the ones who accompany you here, they were being arrested, which means they are probably going to become slaves. This, obviously, I did not want you to fall into it because, for one specific reason, you are an ASMR, are you not? And Kubrick's like, yeah. And she says, you have this radiant energy about you. And the one I seek also has the same, but slightly more powerful. Do you possibly know of whom I speak? And Kubrick's like, more powerful ASMR than me. I don't know. There's not many out there, I guess, but you're talking like, strength. Well, no one's going to beat this guy. However, magical abilities, the reason we're here is, we're trying to help someone, and she's got the what you're looking, your radiance. Why? What do you want that for? And she's like, well, my home planet of the Shadowfell, there is a plague at the moment, and a curse has fallen upon our leader. He is one of the few who is still of the living and can fight against the oncoming undead. If we could get a cleric of significant power to remove the curse, we would be very grateful. And Kubrick's like, whew, yeah, so I can't help you with that personally. I can do other things. Death, blindness, cured, no problem. But curses. Yeah, I would assume that this cleric you're talking about is probably our friend Nolgatame. You might be able to do what you're looking for. Well, this is very good because I have a good amount of gold and platinum, and I would be willing to purchase her, and then once she helps us, set her free. But now you are in more of a predicament, as all of your friends have been taken. And Kubrick's like, friends is a strong word. But I get what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, you did give him a hat.
And he's like, what do you suggest? He's like, well, at the very least, if you are willing to agree to these terms, I could, with as much money as I have, I can attempt to purchase all of them. I just don't know how expensive this will be. And if I can't, then I don't know what to say, but I absolutely need your cleric's help. And Kubrick's like, whew. And now I will say, Greyhawk, if you would like to roll a perception check as they sit down and begin to speak.
10, and then which status perception again?
So in the skills list, kind of in the center, you should go down. You'll see like persuasion and perception and the P's.
Yeah. So I just rolled a 10, and I've got +0 to perception.
Okay. I would say that you definitely can't hear the whole conversation, but you can kind of hear bits and pieces that are being said from the conversation. You definitely heard the word slaves. And you definitely heard a part about, I'm not sure if I'll have enough to purchase all of them. But besides that, you can't really make out too much of the conversation. Is there anything you want to do while they are?
Is there waitresses and people walking around, or is this like a bar where it's just a bar and there's booths? And
yeah, so as your character knows, I don't know that you know specifically, but this is a Gith Yankee and Gith Zerai ship. Gith are humanoids, slightly taller than the average human, like this mustardy colored skin.
Right. I just want to ask the waitress if I can give her a couple bucks to get them to come closer to where I'm at, because I can't hear them very well, but now I'm interested in the slave market.
So you want to get the waitress to go to them and ask them if they'll move closer to you and continue their conversation?
Yeah, just tell them to come over here, because I want to know what they're talking about.
Right. This Gith,
Super direct.
woman, yeah, she's like, oh, of course I will bring this message to them. And she kind of like bows to you, takes the coin that you give, and heads over to the group. As she comes over, she looks at the two. I'm very sorry to interrupt you, but the gentleman at the bar, he would like to speak with you. And Kubrick's like, kind of looks over. Oh, yeah, dwarf.
Come here.
He's like, howdy. And Morticia's like, what are you doing? No. He's like, it's fine. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. And he gets up. He's like, hey, I haven't seen many dwarves in these parts.
Yeah, you won't either. What are you talking about slaves for? Can you go to the slave market? We might be able to help each other.
Well, wait. All right. So here, the situation that we're in at the moment is that all of my friends did something stupid and got captured, and now they're in jail and becoming slaves. Apparently, I don't know. This is my first time on the ship. I have no idea what's going on. But that lady over there, and he points over to Morticia. She's the one who told me that. But yeah, they're kind of, I guess they're slaves right now, and she's willing to buy them, but she doesn't know if she's gonna have enough money. So.
Oh, you don't have to worry about money. I need some slaves. I need to get my brother back, and I need to get some jobs done. You guys willing to help? I think I can help you.
Personally, no. I'm not willing to do manual labor for you, but if we make a deal, maybe as long as you agree to them being, set free after we do whatever it is you need us to do. If that's our only option, then I'm assuming that's what we're going to have to do.
Yeah, I don't intend on keeping you.
Good. Well, then perfect.
Tell your friend over there to come here too. We're making a deal. We want everyone involved.
Hey, actually, I don't know your name yet. Yeah, and she kind of like looks over and she's like, yes. And he's like, he wants to speak to you too. If you could just, come on over, that'd be real cool. And she's like, oh. She gets up, walks on over. What is it?
Well, you tell him the deal.
God damn it. All right, so here's the thing. What's your name?
My name is Greyhawk, the tall. Don't let the name fool you. I'm tall where I'm from.
All right, and what's your name? And she's like, my name is Morticia. He's like, all right. So Greyhawk, this fine gentleman here, is willing, if you don't have enough money to get my people to, he's willing to cover it if we help him as well. So we're just going to spread ourselves thin all around.
I've got a job to do, and I'm going to need some people. Sounds like you're in the same boat.
What kind of job?
You ever heard of Vidalk?
Actually, yeah, one of my friends. Well, again, friends. One of my acquaintances is from there, actually. So.
You're Vidalkin. Perfect.
Oh, yeah. We have a Vidalkin, yeah.
I don't know. I don't suppose he knows about the ice problem.
The ice, yeah. Zox has been kind of worried about that. I think that's where we're headed next, actually, is to his home planet.
I was doing some experimental work on Vidalk, and it suddenly froze over. So we're gonna have to get through that ice because my brother's in there.
Your brother's in there, like in the ice?
He was in the ice.
Wait, what?
Morticia is like, do you expect to find him alive?
I don't know what to expect. I just expect to find him.
Okay. She looks to Kubrick and she says, will this be an issue for you if your group is split for a bit? And he's like, I don't care. You're going to have to talk to them about it. I don't know. Minerva likes to keep everyone together. So.
Okay. Sorry, did I say that out loud?
It might be hard to, split us too much, but it's definitely a possibility. All right, do you want to know like what you're getting yourself into, like what we have available? We got some strong people, we've got some smart people.
How many people are we talking here?
All right, well, there's Minerva. She's like our boss, but not really. And then there's Tita. He's a dick. Then there's Zoxa, the Vidalkin. He's pretty smart. He's got like some magic and stuff. Zanesi, she's the best. She's really smart. She makes all like these cool inventions and whatnot. And then there's Emmy,
a metal crafter, even better.
Whatever. Yeah. Oh, she's very smart, but not Emmy, and not Emmy. she's annoying as well. Then there's Modi. He can do some healing. He's pretty cool. Very old though, kind of frail. And the big guy. He's you're not going to be able to control him. Let me tell you that. If you try to tell him to do something, he's probably just going to hit you or whatever.
Oh, we know who's going into the ice.
That's one way to deal with it. And then, and if we can save our friend, Nolgatame, she would probably end up going with her. And he points to Morticia. Morticia's like, you said you have other friends who with radiant abilities? And Kubrick's like, oh, yeah, it's not Nolgatame. She's not even normally with us. We're just helping out the big guy. We got, I don't even know. Modi can do some stuff restoration wise. I can do some stuff. I think Minerva can too, maybe even Zen. There's a few. And Morticia's like, well, then I think we should maybe the three of us should try to put this plan into motion. The auction is tomorrow morning. And Kubrick is like, so great Greyhawd, you said, right?
Yeah.
Like how many of us do you need for your job?
Well, I got my two brothers. I figured 2 of you each would probably fill their shoes enough.
So 4, all right. Yeah, I maybe. Do you think it would be possible? Again, I've only been here once before. Do you think it's possible that maybe we can pretend to be buying or interested in buying slaves and ask to view our options ahead of time?
No, I won't be pretending. I'll buy them if they're what you say.
No, right, no, I got yeah, but do we want to maybe see if their condition is good, check in on them, see make sure not doing anything stupid?
Oh, I never buy something sight unseen. We'll be doing that too.
All right, so I think that we should go to. I don't even know where to go. Actually, how many times have you been here?
Many times. I've never been to the slave decks though. My brothers and I, we tend to keep to ourselves. How about your friend here? Does she know where she's going?
Well, I don't necessarily know where I'm going, but I know that the auctions take place inside the Hex, which those of you who know the Hex is pretty much a large stadium built right into the center of the Unity.
Oh, the Hex. I've been there.
Unfortunately, I have not been down in the jails. I don't know the layout or where they keep them or anything like this. And Kubrick's like, well, we saw them being taken down in the lift, so they've got to be down there somewhere. I guess we should just try to figure out how to get down.
Well, lead the way then.
Okay. And we are going to cut to, we'll cut to Tita. We'll cut to Tita. Yeah, Tita.
Because I'm doing so much in there.
So much in there. You are... How
long has it been since I was in there?
I would say so far it's probably been about 20 minutes.
Okay.
It's been complete pitch black, zero sound whatsoever. And at first you're like, oh, this shouldn't be a problem. And you're just like trying to entertain yourself. And then anything you try to do, if you try to hum, whistle, just whatever you try to do, you can't see, you can't hear, and nothing comes out. It's terrible.
Okay.
I would like for you to make a wisdom check. Wisdom saving throw, we'll say.
17 plus 2, 19.
Yeah, so far, even though it's getting a little obnoxious, that it's really boring in there and whatnot. But
can I hear if I tap on myself, like when you
tapping on yourself isn't audible, no sound from the tap is happening except inside your brain.
Okay. No, as long as we got that, all right.
So yeah, you're just
sitting there. I'm just like, well, I can still hear something.
Is that what you're doing to pass the time?
Yeah, well, I probably was if I've tried every other thing, I will probably maybe hold on to one of my antenna and play with the beads a little bit. And then
Okay.
kind of just like click them in between my pincers. And then obviously that's not going to make any noise, which you just said. So then, yeah, perhaps I will start to like tap on my own carapace to see if I can internally hear / feel my like thumps.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're doing that for a while, and more time will pass, and we'll come back to you in a little bit. But for now, you're just kind of
Okay.
in the black.
I'm singing. I'm having a grip, but nothing's coming out. I'm having like a karaoke party,
Grand
dance
old time.
party by myself, but nobody knows. So I'm jumping, I'm stomping because nothing is happening. So it's just...
All right. So you were doing all of that, which
Yep.
is amounting to essentially nothing. While
That's the best ruckus I've never caused.
everyone else, you are in jail with other creatures and humanoids surrounding you and other cells. Zoxa, you are still at 5 levels of exhaustion, pretty much dead.
So like real life.
Yeah.
I'm actually at not 1Q1, 11 health. Because
Oh my
I
God,
was,
you're doing better than me. I'm only at 7 because I jumped at the electrified ceiling because I'm an idiot. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you are all in there. Like I mentioned before, if you can see on roll 20 in the map there, you have some halflings kind of to the west, some humans to the north, a bunch of orcs to the east, dwarves to the south, and then something that you can't quite make out in the darkness off to the southeast. What would you like to do? What do we have? Minerva, Zoxa, Emmy, Zanesi, and Modi are in here.
I want to go sit next to Zoxa, and
Sure.
as I just like sit down, like she's kind of quiet for a second, and then she's just like, I guess you owe me the biggest I told you so ever, huh?
I suppose so. I don't feel like saying it right now.
Well, when you're up for it, I guess.
I think it's just like too exhausted to say much right now.
And that's valid though. I think she'll still sit there for a bit.
Zin, Emmy, anything you want to do?
I don't know. I think Emmy wants to take a sleep.
Ah, okay.
She's a little tired.
It's been a while since you guys rested. And I believe that Zoxa and Minerva are even more tired because your sleep was interrupted the night that you came to Unity, and you kind of like had half sleep and then a little bit more later. So Minerva and Zoxa, you're definitely feeling tired, especially Zoxa, who is like, dead-ish.
He's already sleeping.
Yep.
All right, so Emmy crashes. Zin, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I would also like to go to sleep, but not before I talk to. She's gonna roll over to where Minerva and Zoxa are. And also, we never solved the problem because I made a squirrel, but then I didn't read everything about it, and I needed a component that I didn't have. So I don't have a squirrel, unfortunately.
You make the squirrel and it survived, and then it, as it's starting to prance out to take a look at the panel that you wanted it to do, it just disappears. How's that?
So long.
So she's just gonna roll up and be like, so do we, I mean, I know I had this great big idea, but like, do we have a plan, or are we just, I feel like we should think of something before we go out there, because we tried to last time and it ended up here. So
Yeah. I mean, our freedom is in Gherkin's hands right now, and I don't know how much I trust that. So
I don't think I don't think we should really bank on that.
yeah. So my offer to try and tackle anyone that opens up our cage still stands. It's dark in here, so they're not going to be able to see me. but I don't know if that's what you would want me to do.
If I was any younger, man, I'd be right there next to you doing the same.
I'm not really keen on losing anybody else, so I don't know. Maybe I just need to sleep on it.
I think we could all use some sleep. He says in the most like, shut up now, I'm trying to sleep way.
Okay. Anything else you want to do before you all take a rest?
Nope.
Well, now Emmy is down to 8 nips. Just
Good to know.
You're busting through those pretty quick, girl.
A little nightcap before you go to bed.
it was a long day. You don't get arrested all the time.
It was a long day. You tackled a quote unquote police officer. You punched a few. It's good times.
I almost punched one.
You almost punched one.
Yeah.
You punched him. It just didn't do anything. You hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Punched him and then you died.
I punched him and then I got put down.
You were
You're
punched
like,
in a-
and bye.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, what you guys all bed down. And while that's happening, we're gonna bounce over to Tita. Time passes. What are you doing right now? You're still the same thing, just tap.
Wait, it's what time you said in the evening, or how long we?
I would say, well, your time is working a little different than theirs, so I wouldn't really focus so much on their time. But it's, I would say at this point you're hitting that half hour, maybe
Okay.
pushing into maybe like 35 minutes ish.
So I'm feeling real crazy.
Well, we can find out how crazy you're feeling with a wisdom save.
Great. I mean, I'm also not 100. I mean, I have 7 hit points, so I probably might want to rest as well. What am I doing? A wisdom save? Oh, we'll use this one. 16 plus 2, so 18.
Yeah, again, you know, just tapping your head and kind of like thinking thoughts, and you know,
Woo!
whatever else it is, you're hanging in there, and
Thank
you're gonna
goodness.
beat the Guinness World Record time.
We're getting close. All right, so yeah, I'm not feeling that great. So I don't know that I can sleep because it might still be weird that's like so quiet, but I'm going to like lay down at least to like rest.
Okay.
Now that I like jumped around and acted like a hooligan and tried to make noise in like every way possible, I'm exhausted / was unconscious not too long ago. So I'm just gonna get kind of cozy and curl up in the fetal position and use my vest as like a little.
I was gonna say you can get as cozy as you can, but
yeah,
it's,
I mean I'm on a hard
it's the hard flat floor.
well, I mean, but I'm whatever. That's probably fine.
Yeah, with your carapace, you got a hard carapace. You're
So yeah, I'm just gonna use fold up my vest like a pillow, and then.
okay. Very good. Yeah, so we will say that you can all get a long rest. Yeah, I know, necessary, very necessary after what you guys went through last time. Now, while you're all resting, Greyhawd, Kubrick, and Morticia, they begin.
Wait, even me, I'm long resting as well.
I don't know. Are you?
Well, yeah, I laid down.
You're gonna try. Maybe
I
don't.
don't know. Can you?
Yeah, I would say
That's what I
don't.
mean. All right, I won't. I'm not
don't
gonna
do
do
that.
anything yet on
Yeah.
my D&D. We'll wait till
Everyone else is fine. Everyone else is fine. Kubrick's like, all right, so Greyhawd, Morticia, you guys are cool. We need to find out where we can get information on where they keep these slaves and if we are able to visit them. Any idea where we can go to get there? Greyhawd, if you want, you can make a history check.
Yeah, let me do that.
Morticia will try.
8 plus.
DC's low, so as long as you get at least 2, you should be fine.
Yeah, plus 6.
Well, 6. Oh, well, in that case, it's actually You know it very easily. If you're at the lift, there's a building called Drudge Retrieval that is right across from it. It's probably the best place that you guys could start.
All right, let's head to the lift on the other side. Says
Sure.
Drudge Retrieval over the door.
Sounds like a plan. Who's doing the talking when we get there? You want to talk?
Oh, not me.
You guys, all right. Well, I guess I will. And
I'll
Morticia
talk
is
to
like,
him.
you will not. I will. And he's like,
All right then.
oh, fine. And yeah, you guys make your way there. From the bar where you were, it's going to take a little bit of time. You have to walk a little more than a mile. Quite the large ship. But you eventually make your way to Dredge Retrieval. And Kubrick begins to walk up to like the little window that's there. Morticia just grabs like the back of his duster and pulls him away and goes up. Excuse me. Would you be able to give me information about your dredges? And the guy behind the counter is like,
What kind of information you need about these drudges?
well, myself and my associates, and she points to Kubrick and Greyhod, we are looking to purchase a few of your slaves, but before the auction, we would like to, I suppose, sample the merchandise, get a good look, and make sure they are good for what we need them for. And he's like,
There's a waiting list for that, but we can definitely accommodate.
Can I bribe him?
you can come up and talk to him if you'd like. You see him writing down on a notepad like you guys are in whatever order.
Listen, pal, I need to see the wares. I don't have time to do the weights. What's it gonna cost?
He kind of looks at you like with the face of like you're attempting to bribe me kind of thing.
Oh, you know what I'm doing. How much is it gonna cost?
He kind of like sends his eyes to the corner and kind of like looks over his shoulder to see if the other guy that's with him is paying attention. The other guy is kind of like he's got a hat over his eyes with a book out and seems to be asleep. So he's like,
20 credits, 30 credits.
All right. So I'll hand him 30. I'll hand him 30 credits.
yeah. So just so you know, Greyhound, how money works in this sector is you have like a chip, kind of like a credit card. And
Right.
you kind of touch them together with the other person's and you type in what you're looking to send over and it just sends right over. So yeah, you send it over and he kind of like smiles a little bit. He's like,
Your lucky day, a spot has opened up. You're next. And it should be about 5 minutes.
is there anything? Go ahead.
No, I look at Kubrick like, you're welcome.
Kubrick's like, I'm liking this guy more and more. Yeah, Morticia is like, that was well played. And she kind of like taps you on the shoulder, Greyhound. Yeah, you wait for a few minutes. Is there anything that you guys would like to do in the meantime? No, you're kind of just hanging out waiting. Sure. Yeah, a few minutes goes by, and you see a blue emblem. It's like a U for the Unity. A blue emblem soldier kind of step up, and he's like,
Hello, I will be your escort to the lower levels. Follow me.
and he kind of turns toward the lift. And as you all, I'm assuming that the three of you are heading to, like, following to the lift. Yeah. When you get there, he says,
Don't mind me.
and he kind of has this device that he begins to scan you from foot to head. And then he does the same to Kubrick and Morticia.
It is
What are you doing there?
access to the lower levels. Access to the lift. You cannot use the lift without one of these.
And he has a chip, some type of chip that he has on like a chain.
And if you do not have one, you must be scanned.
And he invites you in.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Kubrick and Morticia will head in. Do you as well? Yeah. So
Right, I follow them.
all right. So you feel the lift begin to slowly descend down below. And the creature inside this Gith Yankee kind of looks at you. He's like,
I do apologize, but the walk is extensive. It's a large ship.
and yeah, so the it ends up hitting bottom, doors open, and all you see when you walk out is one long hallway. As far as it goes, you can see, as not as far as it goes, as far as your vision will let you, and it continues on. Not too far from where you are at the lift, there are two doors, one on the right-hand side, one on the left-hand side. Don't look like typical doors. There's no handles, no hinges, anything like that. They look maybe like they slide up or down or sideways. And there is a small crystalline screen next to each one with a small slit underneath.
He's like, we will not be viewing slaves in here, and this side is not for drudges either. We will move further down to the second holding chamber.
And yeah, he begins to lead you down. Any conversation that you would like to have with Kubrick and Morticia while you're walking? Because it's about a mile's walk.
I think I've got about what I need. I think I'm suspicious of both of their appearances, and I'm not too hot on telling them much yet.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. They look, even Kubrick, he kind of looks a little sketchy with his dust. So he's kind of cowboy-esque, but for the most part,
I mean, if most of this ship is sort of like scaly, yellow-skinned, elf-like.
Not scaly, but yeah, like pock marks and.
You know what I mean? And then they're just standing out like a sore thumb. This is all a little suspicious to me, but I'm with it because it's gonna get what I need done so far.
Yeah. I would say probably you probably haven't seen whatever the race of that female is. You've probably never seen anything like that before.
Right.
And you've seen ASMRs, but very rarely, and never on a ship like this. So yeah, it's definitely suspicious for sure. So yeah, you all begin to make your way. And after some time, you come to another set of doors. There's one on the right, one on the left, same situation. They have the little crystalline screen with the little slit underneath. And your guide kind of turns to you and is like,
this is the one we will be viewing for your pleasure.
And he sticks the chip in the door up.
After you.
And as you kind of step inside, Kubrick's like looking around and he's like, whoa, this place is huge. And it looks like it's almost the normal ceiling height on the floor that you guys are normally on. It's probably double that in these rooms, huge rooms. And you just see in this particular one hallway, it shoots down. And I believe there is, if I remember correctly, yeah, there's offshoot hallways that go north and south along that main corridor. You begin to be led through, and as you are moving through, you can see there's different races and cages and whatnot on either side. There you see there's definitely a bunch of Duragar. You see a few dwarves in there, some gnomes, halflings, it's a few tieflings, which is odd because they usually don't come out this far from the hells. And yeah, as you're moving,
what abilities are you looking for? Is there anyone you're in specific, or are you just browsing?
No, I need a Vidalcan, and preferably a metal worker.
You are my friend. You are in luck. We have a Vidalcan, freshly off the boat. Come this way.
And he begins to head further in. Kubrick just kind of looks at you with a little like nice job. And yeah, and he begins to lead. Now the rest of you are sleeping. And all of a sudden you hear along the bars of the cage, which just wakes everyone up. And you see, it's dark, but you see there are 4 figures standing outside the cage. Like I said, it's very dark, so hard to make out specific features. One of them looks very familiar. He's got his stupid hat on, and you see Kubrick. The others you don't recognize, except there is one Gith Yankee. So, what do you do?
Are these your boys?
These are the ones I was telling you about. Yes.
Yeah.
These are my boys. Yes.
My
Hey, everyone in this cage, and Kubrick kind of kicks the bar as well. Hey, we're looking to see if we can purchase you.
I want to okay, because I remember yesterday when we were when Zin had the group huddle and we were all brainstorming and stuff and we were talking about things. I know that Emmy's a good tackler, and I know that I've mentioned I might know how I can get an upper hand on a guard that comes in here. So I'm just going to look at Emmy, and she's not wearing her mask right now, so you see her eyebrow just kind of raise slightly. Emmy,
you don't need to roll an insight check because your passive insight is massive.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, you get the idea of what Minerva's kind of motioning to you. If
it's more like a question. It's kind of like that look, should we?
Should we do that?
Zox is gonna facepalm because he thinks he already knows what's gonna happen.
Hold on, I actually do have some avatars for Greyhawd and Morticia and Kubrick and all them. So let me put them in real quick.
The facepalm might also be just from hearing Kubrick's voice. I'm not sure.
Of course.
That was all of your energy for the day.
Well,
Yeah.
The
done.
first thing I hear when I get out of solitary better not be Kubrick's voice.
I do have a question. Did I notice what Minerva did?
Make a perception check.
Yeehaw, partner.
I think I would. I also do actually want to glance over to Zin too, because I know Zin before we went to bed was like, "Hey, maybe don't do that."
I got a 19 on that, so I.
Okay. I just need to bring one Gith out there just in case you guys decide you want to be crazy and attack them.
Just in case, yeah.
It's
It's not something that happens.
Oh,
Definitely not in jail because of that exact scenario.
never, ever would that happen. All right, there we go. So you got the blue emblemed Gith there. Okay. Yeah, there. What would you two have given that little facial expression? Zin kind of picked up on it a little bit.
Yeah, when I pick up on it, I want to try and. I don't really know what I want to do. If I want to shake my head or just position myself closer to the door so that they can't get to it as easily.
Okay. Yeah. You guys, I know it's a really small area, but if you want to kind of move yourselves around wherever you would like to be, I can get Modi out of the way. He'd probably stand off to the back anyway.
Does it whatever Zin does it look like she's being no?
Yes, it does look like that.
It looks like she's being what?
Please don't. Not right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Zin's kind of giving the no.
No, don't do that.
All right, so
Scissors.
Greyhawd, what are you looking for? You can speak about what you're looking for in people. I know you said Vidalkin, but they don't know that.
Well, I identify him as a Vidalkin, right? He's pretty visibly Vidalkin.
Yeah, they're unmistakable. There's not really any other races that look quite like them.
He's also laying down in the corner.
Yeah.
He's
Pretty
also in a ball. So
Yeah.
In the fetal position.
All right, I'm just gonna whack the jail cell with my shovel and be like, Vidalkin, wake up.
Now he's curious because first of all, someone said Vidalkin and no one knows that, and second of all, new voice.
Mm-hmm.
So did that long rest count toward me getting rid of one of my levels of exhaustion?
It indeed does.
Oh, good. I can move. So I will stand up then very slowly
Sure.
and painfully and then just like kind of, I guess, move to the front of the cage and be like, "What? Who you?"
My name's Greyhod, Vidal. I need to get back to Vidalka, and I need to rescue my brother. And I don't know if you know this, but it's frozen.
Yes. Yes, I am aware of this. Ah,
That may have been my fault.
Information.
it may have been your fault.
I was mining inside of the impossible depths with my sonic cannon. First time I'd ever brought it in the water. It as soon as I hit the surface, the ice started to form. I barely got out of there with my ship. My brother was tethered to the ship, but he didn't make it out of the ice and the rope broke. I need to get him back.
And that's where you guys come in. Hey, Greyhod's looking to, buy up the lot of you and have you help him, dig your brother out, I guess, is what you're looking?
Yeah. I was told that one of you is a metal worker. That'll come in handy.
Yeah, that's this one, and I point to Zin. Zin, actually, if you guys all want to give a very brief description of what you look like to Greyhod so he has an idea. Zin, if you want to go first since he's talking to you.
Start the rounds, I suppose. So she has like a light pink skin, pink undercut. It's up in I think a bun, I said, in the back. She's wearing overalls. I don't know if she would have her tool belt on right now. She's in a wheelchair. And yeah, ASMR.
Think innocent mechanic.
Okay.
Have you
So
seen
that old oxymoron.
Yeah. And then we have Emmy.
Yeah, Emmy is a fire genasi. She's kind of short. She's got dark gray skin, bright like flames for hair, orange eyes, like kind of glowy tattoos on her, and she's probably visibly drunk most of the time.
Yeah. Tipsy, swaying around, it is what it is. Okay, great. How about Minerva? What do you look like? You don't have your mask on either, so you gotta describe your face.
Yeah, so this is great. So Minerva is also an ASMR. She has light purple skin. She's got black hair, which is also in an undercut, and she keeps it like in a ponytail. She wears very, very dark clothing, like sturdy leather armor as well. And she has two different colored eyes. One of them is like really pale gold, and the other is like a really pale, like grayish color. And she has a golden mark on her forehead that's just like a little swirling sort of pattern, and all across her face are these scars that look like they're from some sort of burn.
Mm-hmm. And then we have Zoxa, and I'll do Modi after.
Zoxa is light blue, fairly tall humanoid, 6'3". He has no hair and like not really a nose. It comes out a little bit, but it just has the two holes mostly. And he's in these like yellowish robes with a lab coat over it, and has just like journals and books strapped to him everywhere, and is always holding one open and writing in it.
Which he's doing right now as you're speaking to him.
Yes.
The only other gentleman that you see inside this cage is an older, dark chocolate color skinned man. He's got like fuzzy, woolly white hair and a beard. And he's dressed in extremely gaudy robes that look brand new because he just bought them. And he's a little frail. He's kind of old, but you can see in his eyes that he's still young at heart. But anyway, that's who you see in there.
I'll take the metal worker and I'll take the Vidalkin. I don't know about the rest of these guys. They look like you, and I've not seen much of that around here.
Oh, well, hold on now. You got this one right here, and he points to Minerva. She's real strong. If you need her like on the cannon or like drilling or what, she can do it for sure. And then He looks at Emmy. And then he looks to Modi and he's like, this guy right here, actually, you're probably better off for Morticia. You know, he can do healing and whatnot. And then, yeah, Morticia steps up and she's like, where is the cleric? Are any of you a cleric?
Who told you that?
Him. And she points to Kubrick. And Kubrick's like, whoa, all right, listen, she's not in this cage, all right? We came here to find her. We don't know where she is. And Morticia's like, well, that information would have been very helpful before. And she's like, well, in that case, I would need to purchase her, and then, of course, whoever else we need to get out of here. How
much are you putting up with this?
What'd you say?
How much are you putting up with this? I hear you chit-chatting.
Well,
a lot of people here. This is going to cost a lot of credits.
I have close to 10,000. I don't know what they will go for each, but I should be able to get a few.
Why don't we just take the Vidalcan, the metal worker, and the cleric?
Personally, I would be okay with that, but I don't know that he would. And she points to Kubrick, and Kubrick's like, oh, I'd be fine with that.
Can I flip him off?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. He's like, because think about it. It's Zin and Zoxa, the only two he really likes. So he's like, yeah, sure.
I got him drunk, but he's like totally fine with just ditching me.
Yes, he is.
Then Morticia is like, well, that isn't very nice. I'm sure all of you are looking for your freedom, no?
I mean, we are more of a package deal.
We're an autonomous collective.
If you want two of us, you're gonna have to take the rest.
It looks like you're slaves.
Well, I don't know that, no offense, and I mean this in the nicest way, but if someone other than me were to buy you, you wouldn't have a choice. You would just be taken separately.
If you want two of us, you're gonna have to take the rest of us.
And she's like, again, I have no problem with this, but I don't know that I have the funds. It will be up to him. And she points to Greyhod.
What makes you think you got that kind of control over the situation since you're in a cage?
You separate us, I get out of here and I'll kill you. That's it.
No, I've heard that before.
So have I.
Well, maybe there are things that we know that you would need to know about. Something that I wouldn't know that maybe she would know or he would know.
Like what?
Better
Do you
look.
know of artifacts that could help against undead? People I could reach out to assist?
Artifacts. I'm listening.
Please enlighten us of your ability and why we should buy you.
I mean, some of us have been around. We know people, we've got connections. In terms of artifacts, Minerva's really good at finding things. And she has connections to people who can research things that might be able to help you.
Do you think you know anything about sourcing minerals?
Me?
No, your friend with the connections here.
If it's something that's missing that needs to be found, I can find it. Whether it's a person, an object. I'm also not bad with a couple swords or a crossbow if you're looking for protection or muscle.
Well, I'm not making any guarantees. We'll have to see what the market brings. It looks to me like you're a tight-knit crew, something I understand.
Okay. Sorry, I was just checking something. Kubrick's like, All right. Well, hold on. This conversation seems to be kind of getting batted around. Yeah, I don't really care. But originally, you guys said that you would get all of them. So, is this still the plan, or is this falling apart on me?
Listen, you're the only one here without any money.
That is not true. I just don't have as much as either of you.
I'm not making any guarantees. I'm not breaking the bank so the friends can stay together.
I'm gonna throw another look at Zin because this seems it seems like the people that are maybe gonna free us are gonna try to split us up, and she's like Minerva's getting very antsy about that. So like she's gonna give Zin like one like sort of last look, I guess, like stop me now, otherwise I'm going to tackle the guard.
The door's not open.
Yeah, but the guard has a key.
Yeah, he does have a key.
Well,
Yeah. So
No, I'm gonna say that Emmy's kind of aggravated with this, and she's probably gonna step forward and try and just cast Charm Person on everybody but Kubrick.
So the both Greyhawd and Morticia and a third one. Can you do a third?
Yes.
Get the Yankee creature. All right. So in that case, Greyhawd, make a what is it? Charisma or Wisdom? Save. Wisdom.
It's Wisdom.
Make a Wisdom saving throw. I will do the same for the other two.
Awesome. A 3 + 0.
The guard fails, but I want to see if I got to check Morticia's stats here.
I'm not super worried about her not being charmed.
Greyhawd, what'd you get?
A 3
A 3.
total.
Okay, so Emmy, you notice that the guard and Greyhawd seem to almost like their eyes get glossy as they look at you, as if you are their best friend. Greyhawd, your best friend is behind bars right now.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
Salutations, my friend. Where have you been?
I've been drinking where I've always been.
Drinking, you say?
I'm
Without.
a dwarf.
All right, I'm gonna try and look at the little blue guy.
Oh, the emblem guy, yeah. He's just staring. He's like,
Oh, there he is.
yeah. Can I help you with anything?
Absolutely, sir. What are a couple of bars between friends? And then I'm just gonna gesture towards all the bars in front of us.
Oh, well, I really shouldn't. You know, this is. I might be executed if I do this. As much as I want to help you, my friend.
Well, I wouldn't want you to get hurt. That would just be terrible. Is anybody else anywhere near me that can like try and at least open it without him noticing?
Who is? Yeah, I don't know. Who was up at the front? Zin and I believe Minerva were, right? And Zoxa too. Everyone's kind of crowded at the front. Modi's the only one who's kind of behind.
Well, I mean, is that would that creature be using dark vision to see me?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So while Emmy is talking, Minerva's kind of just gonna like step back a little bit so that she's like against the bars, out of the vision of this Githyanki. And as that conversation is happening, she's just gonna be moving closer to the door, and she's invisible to anyone using dark vision to see her. So.
Okay.
And then,
I'd also like to turn to my new best friend, Greyhawd, and say, well, you see, my friend, we do come as a team.
Of course.
We work a lot better when we're all together. Just saying. I mean, I think we would make it worth your while.
Of course, it makes perfect sense.
Ah, yes.
Minerva, with your high passive perception, and you're kind of like sneaking up, you see both Greyhawd and this Githyanki. They're infatuated with Emmy at the moment, and you see.
oh,
what?
sorry, what? No.
You catch like a slight glance between Morticia and Kubrick. Like Morticia kind of looks like, what is going on? And then Kubrick looks and he's like this is usual stuff. So then she kind of like, yeah, she'll like step back a little bit and kind of wait for this, whatever's about to happen.
Can I try and steal is the key like in this dude's back pocket? Can I try and swipe it?
You actually don't see his key.
Okay. All right. Never mind then. I'll be near the door in case Emmy gives me a signal for anything.
Sure. Okay. So you're there ready and waiting.
In case anybody's wondering, my whole plan here, which is a really stupid plan, but I will for it, I can do it. I'm going to try and I want to get Grador to pay for us.
Grador.
Everybody to pay for us so that our asses are covered for getting out of there.
Okay.
The guy will open the thing, and then I want to tackle the guy and then take all of his stuff.
Okay. Okay. Sure. You can certainly try. We'll see.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, you want to go through 9/10 of the peaceful option and then ruin it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. I'm on board.
It wouldn't be Dungeons and Dragons if she wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
So there's a foolproof escape plan now.
Yeah.
Wild card, baby.
I mean, if anybody stops me before I execute the actual tackling of the other guy, then fine. But I don't want everybody to be out a bunch of money. That wouldn't be
Like that look that Minerva gives you, Emmy. It's like just like whenever you move, she's gonna move. So.
Can I get a perception check from everyone that's in here at the moment? I guess I'll roll for Modi. Modi.
Come on.
Ooh.
Natural 20. Morticia, also very good. All right, what'd you guys get?
I got a 3. My hair is apparently in my eyes.
Well, yeah, you're infatuated. You're not. Your attention is nowhere but on Emmy. So,
Still,
Zin, what'd you get?
12.
12. Okay. Minerva.
22.
2. Nice. Kubrick here. And then Modi was awful. Emmy, I feel like you're kind of busy at the moment. You might notice it though. Did you already roll?
I did.
What'd you get?
17.
17. Okay. So pretty much all of you, if you got a 15 or higher. Oh yeah, Zoxa, sorry. What'd you get?
Oh wait, hold on a sec. What is this? Does this count as an ability check? Do I get disadvantage on this because I'm exhausted?
Yes.
Damn it. Well, it was a dirty 20. Now it's a 7.
Okay. Well, anyone with a 15 or higher, as Emmy is coaxing these two, and Minerva is kind of stealthily making her way up, trying to grab the key. The rest of you hear, and it's not super loud, but you can hear like a, and it sounds like it's a decent distance away, but you don't know what it is, where it's coming from, or anything. It just sounds like it's on this floor, but that's about it. Tita, well, first off, we're gonna, because we did so much with them, let's backtrack a second. You are still in that room. You are trying to sleep. I would like another wisdom save from you, please.
Ooh, not so good. Not so good.
Yes. Good.
8.
8. Yeah, it's starting to become uncomfortable for you.
Wait, so did I ever take a rest or no? We didn't decide, or is this the deciding factor?
You've
of
been
not
tossing and
resting?
turning.
Okay.
You've maybe got like 15-20 minutes in, and you're just rolling around. It's just almost eating away at your brain right now.
Okay.
You don't know how much longer you can take it.
Okay.
But I would say probably about 44 minutes in to this.
Yeah.
You hear you don't need to roll because it's right near you. It's like a condensed explosion.
Wait, I hear it as well, or I just see it?
You hear, and where the door is, you can see light because the door is blasted off. And
Oh,
the sound-
okay.
So
Yep.
the darkness that is blocking all sight and the whatever is blocking all your hearing momentarily, you can see the dampeners begin to start to fill that area.
How far away is that from me? Like the door that's getting blown off, I'm in a cage. How far away? I remember you said we like walked in and then we got to it. So how far away is it?
It's about, you're roughly 50 feet or so
Okay.
from there. And yeah, you give me a perception check at disadvantage due to distance and, movement that's happening and the dimness of the light.
Damn, unnatural 20 or a 12.
You can't make out any details, but there seems to be some sort of commotion at the door.
All the commotion.
You can see, you can't make anything out really specifically, but you can see figures kind of just going back and forth, and they seem to be, fighting or doing something.
So the door's completely off.
It looks like there's a massive hole was just blasted through it. Yeah. So is there anything you want to yell out, or you just kind of keep an eye on what's going on?
Well, I can't really see, you said. I just see like a commotion and it's blurry and whatever.
Yeah.
Of course I'm gonna yell, or at least attempt to yell. Actually, no, yeah, I guess I would yell, sure.
Are you sure?
I will just say, like, hey, who's over there?
I rolled perception for the person. They didn't hear you. They're very busy at the moment. So you're like, oh, who's there? But yeah, you just back and forth and all kinds of stuff.
So I will just keep a very watchful eye for as much as whatever I can see in this weird lighting and blah.
Yeah. As you're kind of keeping your eye on that big hole in the door where it's just, you see it's all sharp and blasted on the inside. It looks like it blasted inward. You see a larger hulking form begin to kind of duck down into the hole and come in, dragging another person.
Oh, great.
And yeah, anything you want to say at this point? Actually, I will say around the face area, though it is still being dampened, there is a slight orange glow.
Wait, so do I know who it is, or because I mean I know, but does Tita know?
Give me I guess an intelligence check, or make it perception. We'll make it perception.
Okay. 17.
17. Yeah, as this lumbering form is moving toward you, you quickly realize that this is absolutely number one, aka Gherkin. And as you kind of look, you see him just dragging one of the Gith Yankee with him by the leg, pulling behind him.
All right.
And you see it.
So then if I notice it's him, even though when I yelled out the first time that nobody responded, are they now closer to me or no?
Yeah, he's making the distance quick. It looks like he's trying to see into the cages as he goes.
Okay. All right, so then I will attempt to shout again. And I'll just be like, Girk, what happened to you, Crean?
His head kind of jerks up and looks over and he's like, what are you doing in here?
Well, I mean, I was kind of a jerk, so duh.
I probably would be in here too if I talked to the Enlightened One. Hold on.
He kind of just tosses the body down and begins to pat it down. You see him kind of pulling out pouches and whatever else he can find, and then eventually he's like, here it is. He's like, and the lights begin to come up in this room.
I'm like, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, really, yeah. It's like, the bright light just.
God, oh my God.
Like you're on an operating table. And
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you kind of like, fix your, focus your eyes, you see Gherkin in his giantness, and he just takes the body and tosses it aside as if it was a rag doll.
Okay.
He's like,
when he does that, I'm like, so I take it we don't care about that guy.
I don't care about any of these fucks.
and he's like, have you seen Nolgatame?
Dude, I haven't seen anything until you just burst a hole in the door.
Well, help me find her.
And he begins to click some things on that chip, and your door opens up.
Well, I'm gassed, so I'm I'm gonna do like a little happy dance, and then
Okay.
and then I will when I stand next to him, like how, because I know he's gigantic. So when I stand next to him, what am I like looking at?
You are what, like 5'6"-ish?
I'm like 5'8", 5'9", I thought. No. Yeah.
He is roughly close to like 11 and a half feet tall. So he's almost double you, or pretty much double you, essentially.
Okay.
Just huge. And he's wide too. He's a big boy.
Okay, so I'm assuming I would be able to reach like his hip area. I don't know.
If you're reaching all the way up, you can probably touch like his upper arm.
Oh. So then I will like give him a little like punch in the arm. Obviously, it's not going to do anything because he's a beast, but I'm just going to be like, thanks, Green.
Yeah, don't mention it. Actually, you can help me find Nolgatame. Let's go.
Yeah, sure. Wait, where's everybody else? How did you get out?
I can travel through shadow. Don't worry, we'll get them too. Nolgatame first.
Okay.
Why do I feel like that's going to end poorly for us in the future?
Yeah.
We'll get them too. It's just everyone in the jail, so it just feels like a
Shut it.
But as he releases you and says, let's go find Nolgatame, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Enjoy the bios. And yeah, thanks for sticking with us. We'll be right back.
All right, a lot's happened, but I don't want to talk about it more than I have to. Here's all I have to report. After accidentally releasing the entity from the center of the elemental chaos, my crew and I traveled to the planet Isgard to make some repairs on our ship. Isgard used to be my home before I lived on the Halo ship with the Spite team, a tactical team of 6 Asimar created by the angelic solar of knowledge, Azaziel. So setting foot on Isgard felt like a much-needed return at first. Of course, it wasn't too long before I ran into trouble. As some of my allies have surely been able to figure out by now, I have a memory issue, to put it lightly. On Isgard, I encountered someone who claimed to recognize me, and what were his words? I'll kill you if I ever see you again? Something like that. I had no idea who this person was, but he wore a mask very similar to mine, and he was very, very angry. Turns out he was called Number 1 and was the leader of an organization known as the Obsidian Order. I apparently used to serve this order, going by the designation Number 6. I'm glad I chose a better name for myself once I woke up. Anyway, despite Number 1 threatening to end my life should he see me again, I allowed myself to be captured by the Order with the intent of deceiving them and rescuing another one of my allies they had wrongfully captured. Little did I know that my own crew was mounting their own rescue mission for me. And I supposed it all worked out in the end. A ship with my own crew caught up to the ship I was on with the Obsidian Order just as we all came to the wreckage of a third ship. Unfortunately, it was one I recognized. The Halo ship with my former Spite team. It had been torn apart by a gargantuan earth elemental. A few of my teammates, well, I'm not sure if I even could have protected them if I was there. I did find one of my teammates alive and awake, though, Nolgatame. Apparently, she used to work for the Obsidian Order too, under the name Number 4. Violent, angry, a drunk for power, Number 1 was relentless in finding her. I got to Nolgatame first, but I still couldn't stop her from joining him. She was very important to him, and he was able to restore her memories. All that time I knew her on the Halo ship, I hadn't even known her memories were gone too. A fight ensued. Number 1 deemed me more a nuisance than an ally, and tried to make good on his word of killing me. Now, I may be the one who's not able to remember much, but clearly he forgot how much of a fight I can give. He ran away in the end. Teleported away, actually, with with number 4 by his side. I have no idea where either of them are now, but I convinced one of number 1's allies to abandon him and join me, and my crew killed the rest of his order in their endeavor to rescue me. So, if I do cross paths with number 1 again, well, I just hope it's not soon. But anyway, 1 and 4 retreated, my crew had found me, and the Halo ship was in pieces. Olve was dead. Onlum was dead. Zanesi was close to being dead when I found her, but we managed to get her to safety. I thought that Modi was dead for quite a while too, but turns out he wasn't on the Halo when it got attacked. He was able to regroup with all of us on Isgard, and I have to admit that having him and Zin around has been a light in a dark void. But, oh, everything else is so dark. Plonk is no longer with our crew. She's not dead, but the entity that emerged from the elemental chaos came for her. Tita and I tried to stop it, but whatever that thing is, it's a kind of power I can't contend with. Yet. I can only hope that Plonk is okay wherever in the galaxy she is. Her departure weighs on me. I can't help but feel like I often fail to protect people important to me, or, at the very least, people I'm charged with. Some leader I am. I can't imagine what in the hell Azaziel was thinking when he made me the captain of my own crew. And speaking of, Azaziel seems to have gotten himself into some trouble as well, if the gruesome vision of him in my dream held any truth anyway. But I don't know how to feel, because now I have reason to believe that he took my memories. That is all I have to report.
First entry off Verdalk. My life was saved today. I was teleported out of a poisonous coffin onto a ship. The ship works off the elves' magic, but it's also technologically superior to anything on Verdalk. I found a book at the excavation site, as well as an interesting bag. I believe they are both magical. More research is needed. I'm to go with these new humanoids I've never seen before. We're supposed to stop something from happening? For once, I don't know what's going on. Entry 2. The others I've been traveling with are, well, useful in their own ways. 2 fighting types and a small thief. Good for protection, I suppose. I have discovered that the book I found is a spell book. The text is difficult to decipher, but I've been fairly successful. Entry 3. We failed. The elemental chaos we were sent to protect was destroyed, and an entity of energy burst forth from it. I am unsure of what this means, but I saw the impossible depths begin to freeze over. I fear the worst. Entry 6. We've made it to Isgard. We need to get a job, to get credits, to get our ship fixed. Such things are beneath me. There are Tritons here. They might be able to tell me about the state of Vidalk. I must travel to Muspelheim, a city under the water. Entry 10. Minerva has sacrificed herself for our safe passage. Those mercenaries took her to their hideout. I don't think they know who they're dealing with, the fools. We know where they are, and we know how to hit them. I'm starting to enjoy these frivolous battles. Entry 15. We are returning to Isgard, having successfully retrieved Minerva, as well as gaining a few new allies. Captain Strang, Zinesi, and another Vidalkin, Vunisa. At this point I've taken a life, but I've also saved Kubrick. Perhaps I should leave the heroics to the fighters. Entry 20. Now Plonk has been taken by the same entity that we released. This group's failures are outweighing the successes. I can no longer trust Minerva or Tita to protect me. I must learn more from my book. The progress is slow, but it seems more reliable.
So, what am I supposed to be doing again? Oh, right. Updating you about what I've been up to or whatever? Honestly, Green, a lot's been going on. I mean, I know I told you about my family already, and how I have my great-granddad T-Sip's pickaxe with me, because I used to be an excavator back on Pandemonium. Yeah, I say used to, because I don't know if I'll ever do that again. Been zipping around, actually, I don't even know where with this crew. Speaking of the group, they're fine, I guess. Not sure what I'm gonna do now, though, that Plonk is gone. She was my sidekick, you know? Used to carry her around everywhere with me. I mean, she was actually pretty frail and small. We got into so much trouble. Like that time we were messing around in the escape pod and then actually detached from the ship. Totally wild. Good thing I played that stellar video game so much, because I feel like it kind of trained me how to fly that thing. Another thing that's far out is this totally hot girl I met. And by hot, I mean she was literally made of fire. So frail and sexy, Green. Totally burned me, though. We messed around a few times, and then she just took off on a stolen ship. Guess that's why her name's Bernadette. So, I know you know I love smoking moss and making bongs. Damn, come to think of it, I've broken 2 already since I've been here, Green. Lost Genevieve early. Rest in peace, Jenny. And Riz, oh, so stellar. Rizzoli, our time was cut so short, girl. Too short. Speaking of moss, I almost forgot. I got a little daring and bought this, other stuff. A spray. Totally crazier trip, Green. We were out at this nightclub. Got this totally stellar vest to wear. I look fresh as Frel in it. Wait, what was I talking about? Anyway, who knows? We're gonna get caught up in something next. Whatever that is. I think we're going to Zox's planet soon. He's pretty sure it's frozen over. Dread like that is happening everywhere, Green. I heard some planetary news report that Pandemonium is under siege. Thrice and Fours fighting over surface territories? Sounds crazy to me, Green.
Hey there, my name's Inessi, Sin for short if that's what you prefer. I'm what you might call an inventor of sorts. My vast knowledge surrounding magical technology allows me to design and create new items that can help make everyone's lives a little easier. One of my more known devices is a universal winged utilizer. Perhaps you heard of it. Anyway, I'm from a smithing guild in Brightwater, namely the Marketplace Eternal. I'm not much for the whole buying and selling of things, so my purpose was mostly just to make what was being sold. I also enjoyed sneaking into the back rooms of shops and observing what others were making. When I wasn't doing that, I was busy making inventions of my own. I think one of my favorites is definitely the gravity neutralizer. I've been inventing for as long as I can remember. Countless hours at the library poring over books about alchemy, welding, circuits, enchantments, anything I could get my hands on. When I wasn't in the library, I was sitting at my pa's workbench and tinkering with my new inventions and tweaking blueprints. I still remember my first invention. Long hours of editing and finalizing blueprints, testing prototypes, and eventually fixing prototypes. So thrilling. I guess that's what got Guild interested in me to start. Been working for them for a little while now. My spike team was pretty solid. Now, after what happened with the Halo ship and all the loss that came with it, things have been turned upside down for me. I've joined Minerva and her crew for a bit, and Kubrick's been helping me keep my mind busy. With everything as confusing as it is, I only wish that I was able to think the way I could before all this happened. Maybe then I'd be able to wrap my head around it a bit better.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is with great humility that I come to you to beg forgiveness for the wake of damage that
Miss Strang,
I'm simply interviewing you.
What's that now?
This isn't the court, which, by the way, you are doing next week. So, Captain Strange, tell me how you got where you are currently.
Oh, that business. Well, that's a horse of a different color. Let's see now, where to begin? Oh, yes. What am I doing here with these folks? Well, I can't help but be attracted to the miasma of chaos, which is why this current band of jolly travel buddies piqued my interest. I suppose I just gravitate to the crazy, so to speak. Ever since I was a young lady, I had a thirst for entertainment, seeing it, being it, which certainly kept things interesting. My mother loved my imagination, my charisma. May she rest in peace, that darling, loving soul. My father, on the other hand, well, let's just say that he didn't share my love for the theater. Young ladies are not meant to be heard, they're meant to be admired. Gross. Being preened to fit into high society was a real awakening. My father looked so proud every time I would perform like the young debutante he expected. Yet I found the whole dog and pony show to be tired and antiquated. So I went to college, expanded my horizons, met my match, my aquatic equal. Classic story, really. We meet, we fall in love, we make grand plans together, and alas, duty and status destroy your hopes and dreams. She was the very beginning and end of my taking anything seriously. But I digress. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger and all that garbage. My father gifted me a ship when I was of age, and I set out for the great unknown. I grew up, grew out, and lost my way. As my reputation precedes me, I tend to be known as one who indulges in liquid courage as a means to an evening's end. If I can't be truly happy, then why not forget the whole day entirely? Nobody wants to get close to the drunk clown. It gets dark sometimes. Lonely. And then, lo and behold, I happen upon these creatures, thrown together by circumstance, bound by honor to protect one another. I admire their connection. I crave it. So to be concise, I find myself following these folks like a shadow because, well, I like them. It is a great benefit of life to be able to choose a family. Can only hope I don't drop a turd in the punch bowl.
And welcome back. So, last we left Gherkin and Tita about to go search for Nolgatame. But while this explosion happened and Gherkin killed, a few people, what is everyone else doing when you heard the slight from the distance?
I'm going to try and keep my concentration.
Like, is this gonna? I'm still like all charmed up, and I'm not fazed by it.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Emmy. Charmed lasts for an hour unless he gets injured or something by someone.
Unless someone attacks them or somebody that they know, I believe, gets attacked.
Okay. Something along those lines. At the moment, there's no battle, so for an hour, you were just entranced by her. You are all about it.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you're talking him up, and what's everyone else doing?
I'm keeping.
Actually, hold on, real quick. You see, as Greyhawk is trying to talk up Emmy at the moment, like his using his money and whatever else he has, at his whim. You see the Gith Yankee kind of like he looks over at Greyhawk. He's like, I have money as well. I'm also very strong, Emmy. Look here, very strong. And he's.
It looks like you're working here. You don't have as much as me, bud.
What'd you say?
If you're working here, you don't have as much as me.
Oh, well, he's just baffled. He doesn't know what to say. He's so upset that someone has the attention of Emmy other than him. Zin, Zoxa, and Minerva and Modi, what are you guys doing?
I mean, I was one of the only two people that were going to be bought, so I don't need to talk myself up at all. I'm already. It's the rest of them that's got to do something. So.
What are you, true neutral? What is this?
I'm not lawful neutral.
Ooh, ow.
All right. So just hanging back. That's cool.
I want to see how this unfolds because I'm not going to start the battle this time.
Okay, but Emmy would also like to explain to the Gith pirate gentleman that, well, sir, it does appear that you are the only one with the ability to let us out of here.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay, 19.
You're right. I could. That's something that you can't do.
And he like searches. He's like looking for his chip frantically. Is there anything you'd like to do, Greyhod?
Can I fight him over the chip?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. You see him, and he finally, you see him. He has like this pocket that goes kind of deep into whatever his kind of ratty pants, and he pulls out the chip. He's like, "Ha! Here it is!" And he goes to put it into the slot.
I try to snatch it out of his hands.
Okay, make a dexterity check.
A 1.
Oh, we got an inspiration fragment.
What happens is it's about to go into the little chip slot, and as you go to grab his hand, instead of grabbing the chip, you kind of smack his hand, and doing so snaps the chip in half.
No.
Yeah, I'm on top again.
What did you do?
Now you don't have nothing.
Yeah, I'm on top again.
Emmy's gonna bite her lip so hard it probably bleeds.
She's gonna break out another nip and be like, I can't talk right now, so I
Is the chip like it's just like there on the ground, or like...
Yeah, Minerva, you see, well, one piece is kind of half stuck in, and the other half he's kind of actually no, it would have gotten knocked out of his hand, so the other half is on the ground.
Can I pick up the other half and like I want to see what happens if I like just try to push the rest of the half that's in the door like in further.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of stick your hand out and try to like, not being able to see, kind of trying to fish around.
Yeah.
Give me a dexterity check, see if you can get up in there.
Ooh. Okay. 25.
25. All right. Now I'm going to roll to see if this is going to work. Chances are the chances went up.
Actually it's a 20. It's a 22. But
What was it? You cut out when you
it's
said
22.
22. Okay. So there's a 22% chance that it will work. Oh, I rolled the wrong one. Actually, you know what? Why don't you roll, Minerva? Percentile die.
Never. I don't think I've ever rolled this die before. 33.
33. You get it in there successfully, and you hear like a "Meh," and you try it again. "Meh," and you can't see the screen, but Greyhod, you and Kubrick and Morticia and them can see that there's like a red symbol that kind of flashes on the crystalline screen when she's trying to do that.
All right, I'm gonna pull it back out, and I'm gonna pocket both halves of this chip.
You do not have the small half because you pushed it in further, and it's inside the.
Oh, I can't like. Okay, all right. Well, I didn't want to like. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, well, because if the broken piece is almost, I just want to make sure we're clear. It was almost all the way in, and then you use the other piece to push it in further. Now it's fully inside, and you have no way of.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. All right.
You had like thieves' tools. You might be able to pull it out. What's up, Emmy?
Emmy could take that other part of the chip and use mending, like on it.
Oh.
To try and put it back to one piece.
You know what? I will say there's going to be a slim chance that you'll be able to do this. I believe mending takes a minute, right?
For you. Yes.
All right, so yeah, you can kind of focus and concentrate on that.
Well, I got Minerva for it first.
And what I will have you do is I will have you roll an Arcana check.
Yeah, Emmy, I'll go like, I see that you're kind of like moving for it. So like, I'll go back over to you and I'll just like hand you off the broken piece of it and then take a step back.
Just gonna try something. Let me see.
What are you doing?
What you broke, sir? Oh, that's a 12.
12. Yeah, so you try, you get the piece in there successfully, and you start to focus on the spell and trying to imagine, because you can't see it, you can't touch the chip, the full thing where it's broken to fix it. So you're trying to focus on it, but the magic is just not getting through. It's not working.
Can I do because I can do a homunculus servant. Can I do that to the piece of the chip that's stuck in the thing?
What turn the chip into a homunculus?
Yeah, and pull can I do that? I'm reaching here, but
and I know that you have the material components because you are rich as hell and carry all that stuff with you all the time. So I would say yes, you can do that. That is a very clever idea.
All right, so I'll do.
Tell us how that works. I know Zin said it last time, but I want to just to make sure, let us know how that works.
So it creates a special homunculus that serves me. The item that I infuse serves as the heart of the creature, and the body of the creature instantly forms.
Okay.
Is that a second question? Mm-hmm. Is that a hard physical body or is it an ethereal body?
I don't know specifically. It would definitely, the body would be corporeal in the material plane. Even if it is ethereal, forming a homunculus, it wouldn't be just like misty. It would have physical form to it.
Would it break the lock when it forms in there?
That's the percent chance that, I need you to roll percentile dice. So it's a regular D10 and then the one that has like the double digits.
All right.
There's a chance that it either the ability fails because there's no room, or it wiggles its way out and forms. Those are the two options.
I got 48%.
Whoa, you were 2 away from it failing. So that it succeeds. Yes, you see this broken little bent piece of metal begin to just jiggle its way out slowly, and as it hits the ground, it forms into what?
A bird, a canary.
A little metal canary. Okay. You have a little metal canary. It kind of flaps its wings and goes up onto your shoulder.
I gotta kill it now. To get the piece out.
How would you like to do that?
Like the Kabir's little sweet canary flies out of the thing, lands perfect.
I love it.
So I grab it and I break its neck.
Okay, just crush it. Then for someone who, you wish you could have your little squirrel, your paper mache squirrel around, that was just barbaric.
And I saw a little bird, I'm like, oh my God, I miss my squirrel so much. And then he went like,
as you, Greyhawk, as you snap its neck, the body of it just begins to fade away into dust, leaving this broken half of the chip in your hand.
Abby, I got the other thing. Look, I got the thing now.
What? It's mine though.
And she's going to try to snatch it from you this time. No, that you don't even need to roll. Unless it's a 1. There's nothing lower besides a 1.
All right, I got a 7. Bad roll.
No, but you retain it.
No, it's mine. She likes me best. Go away.
Emmy has the end with the chain on it, and Greyhawk has the other end as well.
What? Metal worker, can you fix this? How do we fix it?
Maybe, can I see it?
Yeah, I hand it to you.
Thanks. I'm just gonna, because I don't think I have anything that can fix that as quickly as mending does. So she's gonna just. Have I seen you do mending before, Emmy, or no?
I just tried to.
Okay, well then she'll just kind of like, I can't do it, but she can. This is why you should buy all of us together, because there's things that she can do that I can't do.
Make a persuasion check there. That's
I was gonna say, what's that you say? We're better as a.
Damn it. That was a 5 + 2, so
5 + 2. Not Greyhound. You don't really care what Zin's saying at the moment. You're more focused that Emmy now has this chip and she's going to perform amazing magic.
Yeah, just get out of there. Get her out of there.
All right, so Emmy, if you'd like, you can attempt that mending again.
Okay.
There's no roll or anything. This time it works.
Okay.
Because you have it in your hands in front of you. You can see it. It's it's kind of part of the spell. I was going to give you like a slight chance of it working without being able to see the full thing. But yes, eventually the chip seals itself back up. All the bent pieces begin to kind of form back into place. And the chip is once again together.
All right. I want to can I try? I already know where the spot is. Can I try?
Yes. So as you are doing this, you begin to hear footsteps outside the metal door.
Don't care. Trying to do it real quick before the footsteps.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh no.
She's like, damn it, why that?
Oh no.
Can I like angle myself to like see it at a different way and like tell Emmy like where to go kind of? Could that like help?
The problem with that is Zin has kind of tried that the previous episode. She really tried to be able to get a view of it, but it's flat on, and there's really no way to get.
Give it here. I'll let you out.
I was gonna say, can I get advantage on trying to get that? Like 2 dudes out there trying to help me get out.
Well, that was the problem in the first place. The 2 dudes fighting over you.
I know. That's why I wanted to do it myself.
They just got too slap happy.
What was your roll?
It was only a 13.
13. Oh, that's enough. Yeah. You can chip goes in and the door and the bars kind of separate apart, leaving an opening for you guys.
But like just kind of
Zoxa just goes, finally, and just steps out.
Let's go.
Is there anything else that I can do for you? Maybe safe passage?
Can you?
This sounds interesting. I'd like to hear more about that, perhaps over a drink and down to 7 nips.
You have drinks?
I do have drinks. Did you need a drink, my friend? I that did cost you a pretty penny. I could at least send you a beverage.
I always need a drink.
She sends you this like long cylindrical vial filled with like a brackish kind of brown liquid almost.
Hey, Emmy.
Yes, ma'am.
Since this pirate just offered to be of further assistance, do you think he could maybe stand guard and make sure no one interferes if we want to use that chip to set other people free?
Why, I think that sounds like a wonderful idea. Are you on board with that? I'm going to put my arm around.
I would do anything for you.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
I just feel like I'm going to die if I do this, but it's worth it. I'll do it for you.
No, I want to die. I want to die to do it.
No, I will die. Let me be the one to die for her.
You're broke. I'll do it.
So as the 2 of them kind of start arguing and making their way to be the lookouts at the door, what is everyone else doing?
This has gone terribly wrong.
I'm immediately remembering what happened on the ship, and I'm like, I see what's going on here, and just like, I don't know. So just watching them, like, letting everyone free, I guess.
Can I?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I feel like Minerva should have the chip, so like she can kind of. I don't know if I can see you right now.
Oh, I was gonna I wasn't gonna take it from Emmy or anything. I was just making throwing an idea out there. If Emmy wants to keep it, I'm not gonna try and take it.
Oh, one thing that Emmy also wants to do while she has that chip in her hand anyways, and she's been released, while she's charming everyone and she still has this time left, she wants to just go around to everybody that she met. Like, oh, that's really great. Oh, look at you go on a bloop, and then like let the dwarves out, and then like the halflings, and start opening the things.
Yeah, the dwarves and the halflings, they're like, the halflings like, oh, this is fantastic, thank you. Freedom. Oh, where do we go from here? And the dwarves, thank you kindly. The one with the eye patch, he kind of just, hobbles out the Duragar.
I also want to scream as loud as I can. Hey, everybody, just keep in mind, I only let you go so we could all, help each other out.
Oh, of course, yes. I don't remember which eye I was closing. I think it was this one. Yeah, so you begin to start maneuvering around and opening up these cages.
Can I ask Emmy a question?
Yes.
So like as this is happening, I just want to like say to Emmy, like, I mean, there's probably going to be a pretty huge fight if we're going to help these people liberate themselves. Can you do anything to inspire them, like to fight?
I think I could help out with that.
Morticia, while you're looking at that, Emmy, Morticia looks to Kubrick and she says, so it looks like I will not be getting a cleric? And Kubrick's like, I don't know. I would ask her. And he points to Minerva. And she kind of looks over to you, Minerva. Expectantly, like, I came here with the best intentions. I know that the slave auction it takes place here, and I personally do not agree with slavery, but I was hoping that maybe this cleric that I heard of could help me, and then she could be free.
What cleric have you heard of?
Word has gotten to my land of a fairly powerful cleric. She was picked up by the slave trade and has been kept here for about a week. It took me almost this amount of time to get here. But my home world is under great siege, and we need a powerful cleric to help remove a curse from our leader. It wouldn't be very long.
Well, I mean, I don't know where one is right now, but it just so happens that I'm also here to be finding a cleric. If you help us free all of these people, and you can find her and talk to her yourself.
Of
I don't
course.
know. I mean,
And we have precious metals, gold, platinum. We could pay you instead of the slavers, and you could, if you wouldn't mind coming.
oh, well. My group and I have some other business that we need to attend to, but this cleric isn't exactly with us. So if you wanted to make some sort of proposal of a job offer to her, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah,
I just don't know where she is right now.
Very well. As she says very well, Greyhawd, you and this Gith Yankee are still arguing on your way to the door to keep watch. And as you get to the door, you're just going back and forth like, I have better eyesight than you. I can see in the dark. And he's just going on this whole long list of things.
Can I hit him with my shovel?
You can, yeah. Make an attack roll.
Jesus.
You'll get advantage because that was definitely a surprise. He was not expecting the shovel to be like, poof.
I rolled a 15.
That hits his arm. Actually, let me just double check. That's very close. That might not hit. Where is?
With advantage, you can roll twice and take the higher one.
Yeah, advantage is 2 die. Take the higher.
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
All right. So his hit points is. Why won't it show me on there?
Does he have a bonus to his attack roll? If it's with is he proficient in his shovel?
Oh,
It is his favorite.
this one is a Githyanki like soldier, not a Gith Zerai. His armor class is higher, and as you go, what you said 13 was it?
What is my plus for hit? Strength?
It would be strength plus your proficiency bonus, which is a 3. So it's 3 plus whatever your strength is.
Oh, I rolled a 15.
Okay. Well then, yeah. You just
22.
without him even, he's just like in your face, and then out of nowhere, the shovel just across the head. Roll some damage. For a shovel, I'd say it's probably similar to an axe or a pickaxe. So do like a D6 plus your strength modifier.
I hit him for 8.
8. Okay. Yeah, he's definitely still looking fairly hardy, but yeah, he takes that big smack against the head. He's like, he looks like he's about to kind of like jump at you to fight you as the door opens and you see, hold on, let me see how many.
We're having a good time. Having a good time.
You see 5 of the Githyanki soldiers in blue. I'm bringing them up right now. Okay. And one of them is just kind of at the door, and you can see other ones too running up and down the hallway. But there are a couple right outside the door, and one of them answers, sees the two of you about to get into it. I'm moving everyone around real quick so we know where everyone is. So I shall update the map. Okay, so that's the situation there. And yeah, so they open the door. You guys are right there. Everyone else, put yourselves where you should be. Kubrick's probably still where Morticia would be talking to Minerva.
Well, I was trying to release as many people as possible.
Yep, Emmy is running around trying to release people. Zin, what are you doing?
So I didn't see the brutal shovel beating.
Make a perception check, actually. While you're doing that, Kubrick kind of looks over to Zin and Zaxa, and he's like, how are my two favorite people doing? You guys okay? Zaxa, you didn't look good the other day, or earlier.
Oh, I still don't feel good.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but you also look like crap now, too.
Thanks, Kubrick.
I say. Glad to have you guys back, though. Looks like we're going to get in as much trouble as we usually do.
Thank you for bringing them to free us.
Yeah, you guys owe me now, so...
Let's not get carried away.
All right, so as these soldiers kind of this one peers in, he's like, hey, what's going on? And he can see all of these people being like moving through the corridor out of the cage, and he's like, we got a code 12, code 12. And you see a bunch of these soldiers begin to head down toward the door. While that's happening, Tita and Gherkin, you two are running down the halls of this other room, which if I remember correctly, the lights are now on.
Yes, number one turned them on.
Yeah. So the two of you, you're kind of rushing down the hall, kind of looking back and forth into the two cages, looking for Nolgatim. Actually, do you know what Nolgatim looks like?
Probably not. I probably have no idea.
I'm
running around looking for I have no idea who, and just hoping that Girk finds her first, because I don't even know.
As you're running through and you're looking around, you can see a lot of those purple-skinned, tentacle-mouthed creatures that you saw kind of in the chain.
I mean, I'm guessing it's not that. Like, I'm probably gonna, if I don't really know what she looks like, I'm gonna think she's like a smaller female version of Gherkin / like
beard.
No, like a between Minerva and Gherkin, because like if they're supposed to be the same like kind of group, I don't know. He's just like some So I'm looking for, first off, a female, and then I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
definitely not one of those tentacle things. I'm gonna be like, that's not.
Perception check as you are running through. Gherkin will
What?
do the same. Make a
Perception check.
Oh. Perception. Oh, +2. 13.
13. Okay, so yeah, the two of you are running around, trying to look. Gherkin, as he's going through, he's like, "This is gonna take forever. I can't find her anywhere." And neither can you. You're looking back and forth. You again don't know who you're looking for.
Can I say that though to him
Yeah.
while we're looking?
Yeah.
I mean, who am I actually looking for? I don't think I know what she looks like, dude. I might be a little bit more help if I knew what I was looking for.
I never met you before you came to my.
While he says it, I'm like, hey.
She's about 5.5 feet tall. She would most likely be dressed in black robes. I don't know if they would have taken her holy symbol, but she has dark black hair, very, very pale skin. She's an ASMR, so.
Okay, I mean, she sounds pretty emo, but all right.
Have you seen me?
And he continues to.
All right, so I'm just gonna, after I get that information from him, I'm gonna turn and keep looking.
Okay, all right. Make another perception check as you're going. At this point, actually, I'll wait for your perception check.
14.
14.
Damn.
Oh, so all right, improving.
As the two, don't forget, you guys have ifs to use. You have a ton of ifs. So if you think you need one, you can use it. Greyhound, you don't have any yet, unless you roll a natural 1. Have you?
I mean, what does Tita care? He doesn't even know the person that he's.
Yes, I've rolled a 1 already.
All right, so Greyhound, because you rolled a 1, you have what's called an if. It's an inspiration fragment. At any point for any D20 roll that you make, if before I say the result, if you think your result is not high enough, you can add as many of those points in as you would like to try to make it successful. But I'm not going to tell you, oh, you need 3 to make it successful. You have to decide, I think it's this level of difficulty kind of thing. So you have one of those now.
Okay.
But yeah. So what you got? What, you 14 was it, Tita? So
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you two are moving. You don't find Nolga team yet, but you begin to hear shouting and quick footsteps on metal coming from where the door is, back around the corner.
Okay.
As you continue to make your way down the hallway, I would like one more perception check from the both of you. Everyone he goes to, Gherkin, he's like, there she, oh no, there she, because all of those purple skinned creatures are wearing black robes, and most of them are just like hunched or laying down. So he's like, oh, there she, and keeps moving. Natural 1 he had. He's got an if.
Oh
no. What'd you get, Tita?
We're getting better. 17.
17. Okay. As you are getting close to the end of this hallway, and you're about to kind of cut back down toward the northwest, in the very last cage in the center row, you see a smaller humanoid kind of sitting head in her knees with a black robe on, black hair kind of draped over. And you see her, she's just kind of rocking back and forth.
Okay. What, him and I both see? Or just me?
Just you. He got a natural 1, so he doesn't see her.
Oh, so I will just like smack him with my arm.
What?
And then point.
He kind of like looks in, look, and she puts her head up. And you can see she's still kind of like rocking back and forth a little. She looks very frail. Like she's very pale as it is, but she looks like, I don't know, like a wafer, a thin wafer. Okay. And yeah, he's just like, look, and he runs over, puts the chip in, and the door opens, and he like runs over and like grabs her and like holds her close and whatnot. And she doesn't seem to have any emotion toward him at all. She's just rocking.
Well,
back.
yeah, I mean, she's been in that room for how long? I couldn't even stand it for like a half hour.
A long time. Yeah.
No one's gonna hear me if I use my earpiece, correct?
You don't know.
I don't know
for
that.
sure?
So I'm gonna tap it anyway,
Okay.
or talk, whatever, and just be like, what's everybody's status? But I'm guessing no one's gonna hear
No
me.
one hears.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna wait. I don't know this. This is who he wanted to find, so I'm just gonna stand and let him have his moment and wait for him to come back out.
All right. As you do that, Tita, you hear those footsteps continue, and you kind of like glance down the hallway.
Yeah.
And maybe like 60, 70 feet away, you see a horde of maybe 7, 8 of these blue armored gith running toward you.
Do they see me?
They are beelining it for you. And that is where we're going to end for the evening. I know it's a little early, but I figured this would be a good spot. And for reasons that are unknown and unbeknownst to you, we will be ending early. But this should be an exciting place to pick up next time, as both groups seem to be getting assailed. Yeah, I guess everyone, great job tonight. Pat, thank you so much for being here. You did an awesome job. I can't wait to have you back next week.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I hope everyone's well. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic evening.